Hey guys, welcome back. So today we'll be making a chicken tortilla soup. This is one of my most favorite soups that they used to serve at Tony Roma's. When I worked there, they made this about every Thursday. It was a great way for them to use up their barbecue chickens that they had. In most recipes that I find online, you would get your old tortillas and you chop them up and fry them. But I'm going to use tortilla chips that I'm going to half crush, and then we're also going to make a slurry with it to add to the soup to help thicken the soup and to add a lot of that roasted corn flavor. So today, not that many ingredients. We have our rotisserie chicken. This is from Costco. You get a lot more bang for your buck. Rotisserie chickens at the grocery store tend to be a little smaller, and at Sam's Club or Costco, they seem to be double the size and the price is just right. We have some canned corn, diced tomatoes, garlic, some chili powder, salt, pepper, a little bit of cumin. Don't put too much cumin. It will make your soup taste like a foot or smell like a foot. So just a little bit goes a long way. We have green peppers. These are sweet red peppers, onions. I've roasted these poblano peppers over an open flame so they're nice and charred and soft. We'll be removing the skin and the seeds and then chopping it up into the soup. And then also some fresh chicken stock. We'll need about 8 cups. You might need a little more. Add a little water if you don't have enough. But that's it. Let's get started, guys. All right. Now we're starting on the bell pepper. Gonna want some chunky bits, not too fine. You want to see all the peppers and the texture of the soft peppers in the soup. I've made the mistake of making like a brunoise, like a fine mince, thinking that I was gonna be fancy. No, it ended up becoming like just a muddled mess, baby food looking. Now we're starting on our sweet peppers. I found these at a Sam's Club, and they're just regular sweet bell peppers. They just happen to be long. I was using them for a salad, but these are the leftover ones. Yeah, it's just like, they're just pretty. I'd buy regular red bell pepper. I wouldn't go out of my way to get this one. I'm just using what I got. I've made this recipe with like dehydrated vegetables and like dried onion stuff. It comes out good, you know, for when going camping. Maybe I'll show you that camping recipe. Then we got the chopped garlic. The roasted pepper. To remove you could just, I use my hands for the initial part. Then I go in with the paper towel at the end. One chef told me, don't you dare rinse this underwater. He just took off most of the flavor with it. Like, just take your time and remove as much of the char as you can. You could still have some on there. That's gonna lend flavor to the soup, but you don't want all of it. See how there's just a little bit left? That's fine. That's going to add that smoky charredness to your soup. And then we don't want the seeds. And if you have a little seeds left, that's fine. It's gonna add just that hint of spice. Turn it over and pull it. Nice and clean. So for tortilla chip slurry, I'm gonna crush up some chips. I'm gonna crush up some chips and then add some hot water to soften them up. And we're gonna give that about 5 minutes to soften up, and then we're gonna go in with an immersion blender. Add some more water if it's too thick. You could stop here and it'd just be fine, but I like it a little smoother. I think it adds a smoother mouthfeel for the end product. Cleaned it off with a little bit of water in here, but I'm gonna pour that back in. All right, now that's ready to go. Let's get cooking. All right, so we're gonna start off with a little oil in the pan. We're gonna saute saute all our vegetables. This is the roasted peppers, onions, and bell peppers. It's about a medium heat, and we're going to add a little salt to help sweat the vegetables, draw out some of that water. It'll be about 5 minutes. We'll stir about 1 or 2 times in between. Let's cover it up, so help speed up that process. Looking a little dry, so I'm gonna add just a touch more oil. So with cooking, y'all have to remember, and especially with soups, so forgiving. There's no real recipe. They're just guidelines. And you know what you like. You could balance it. If you have a guideline recipe and you want to add more garlic or more chicken or whatever it is, you want to make it spicy. That's all up to you, and that's the beauty of cooking and making your own food. You know exactly what goes into it. You're making it exactly to your liking. Because every time I go out to a restaurant, most of the time I'm disappointed. It's rare that they're spot on, and when they are, it's usually going to cost me a pretty penny. And and there's a joy in cooking. I like feeding my family. I like feeding my neighbors. It's very satisfying. All right, we're gonna cover it and let it cook for just a little longer, like 2-3 more minutes. You could test your vegetables if they're soft by like smushing it with your spoon. Yep, almost there. Or if you don't want to smush them, you see how the onions are looking like translucent versus non. Yeah, you could tell we're almost there. This is the time we could add the garlic. Just a little bit of garlic, not too much. It's not the star of the show. The star of the show is the tortilla chips and the chicken. Those are the things we want to taste. Yeah, we're gonna saute the garlic for 30 seconds. It smells fantastic. We're gonna add the rest of our seasonings now. So that's, again, chili powder, cumin, salt, and pepper. So we're gonna add our tortilla slurry. Now we're gonna add our chicken stock. I'm gonna give this a quick stir before I add the next 4 cups. Tomatoes, our corn. Ooh. That was 8 cups of chicken stock. Lastly, I add chicken. A lot of chicken. This Costco's chicken, thick, they meaty. So after you add your chicken, this is pretty much done. It just needs to simmer for about like another 10 minutes. Let it come up to a boil, and then we're gonna reduce to simmer. You could let it cook a little longer, but everything's done. In about 10 minutes, we could check for the consistency, and the longer you wait, the thicker it's gonna get. All right, look at that, guys. Delicious. We're ready to serve this up. Look at that chunky chicken. So just note that if you do get a store-bought chicken from like a Ralph's or a Vaughn's that has a rotisserie chicken, they're gonna be a little smaller. So you might have half the amount of chicken. I got this at Costco. Let's serve this up. A lot of chicken in mine. All right, guys, now it's time to taste the final product. The chicken's all tender because it absorbed all that broth. Perfect amount of seasoning. I like to top mine with a few crushed chips for some texture. Mm. Like with any soup, it's pretty versatile. I used sweet peppers and a poblano and a roasted poblano chili. You could add jalapenos if you want to be spicy. You know, maybe some cilantro or jalapeno if you have that on hand. So today we didn't include cilantro because most of the times when I do have fresh cilantro on hand, I will finely chop the stems, saute that in the beginning, and then finish it off with some fresh cilantro at the end with some sliced avocado. Yeah, this is perfectly seasoned, not too spicy. In my house, we don't need anything too spicy, so the sweet peppers work fine. Um, but I have made it with jalapenos and other variety of peppers. Use what you got. You know, this was half pantry items. I used canned corn, canned tomatoes. Soup is really flexible and easy to make. Comes together really quick. You know, make some soup, nourish your body. Every country has a kind of soup, and this is one of my favorites. Fun story. A girl used to work with me. She's Mexican, and I was telling her like, "Oh, I'm gonna make chicken tortilla soup today." She had no idea what I was talking about. She's like, "I've never heard of that in my life," and I had to look it up. And I thought, "Oh, maybe I'm wrong because a Tony Roma's was selling a chicken tortilla soup." But I was wrong. I think it's like northern Mexico. They have a version of chicken soup that they thicken with tortillas. So this might be a very gringo, whitewashed version, American version. In the beginning, I mentioned that most recipes will use leftover tortillas that they fry up. My cheat is using tortilla chips that I toast. You know, when I go to Costco and buy this huge bag, I can't finish it. So I portion it out, freeze them. And you think, wow, crazy. Frozen tortilla chips, frozen chips. No, when you take them out, you gotta re-toast them in the air fryer or the oven. About 350 for a couple minutes, no longer than 5 minutes. Keep an eye on it. They'll get a little toasty brown, and they're so delicious like this. It adds more flavor when you toast it. It's like a corn nut, like kind of popcorny. And yeah, I just discovered that. If you like this content, come back or watch some more of these videos. Let me know what you want me to make. I love you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you.